Hello, and welcome back to my second video of my Shrapnel PvP build, specifically on patch 1.1. Let's get straight into it. I have updated a lot on my build. I've changed some mods, I've changed some accessories, and I've changed a few small things elsewhere, which is my cradles. So let me show you real quick. Let's start off with my gun. I'm running the rapid style blueprint with double crit rates, and I am rocking the Obliterate Violent with max crit damage, weapon damage, and grade 1s and status reduction, which those two don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck about that when you're doing PvP. Most likely, if you want like the god roll one, you want maximum crit damage, you want weapon damage, and you want either reload speed, magazine capacity, or health. That's all you want, nothing else. For accessories, I'm running the hammer compensator, the holographic sight, and the tactical laser sight. Some people are running different things than this. Some people are running the lightweight. I personally like my accuracy over stability. So that's why I'm going for the laser sight, because one, you're fighting in medium fights, medium to close range fights, and you want your accuracy to be as precise as possible when you go into a 1v1 fight. And then for my mag, I am running the blue mag. The only reason for that, again, is because I want the accuracy. If you look at the purple version, you get a little bit more reload speed, and then you get like -10, but a little bit of a buff on stability. Don't even look at the legendary one. Legendary one is shit. Maybe just for PvE. I don't know. I don't like it. But yeah, that's my gun. And for the second gun, I always run a rocket launcher. If you have an MGL, I would still prefer the rocket launcher, because one, you want to do damage to structures from as long range as possible, and the MGL requires you to be close as fuck, and I don't really like being close as fuck. I like being on that medium to high range gunfights, and I want to be more effective when I do so, so that's why I run a rocket launcher myself. And let's get on to the most important thing that I changed from last video to this video, which is the gas tight helmet. I finally acquired it, and guess what? I'm fucking in love with the performance that it gives. And let me tell you why. If you can see, with the key effects, max shrapnel parts is 1, and shrapnel damage is 120%. So that means that you're not doing multiple shrapnel procs anymore. You're doing one shrapnel proc, that is gonna do a fuck ton of damage. And guess what? When you're in a PvP fight, you're in the fight for only 5 seconds. You're no longer in a fight than 5 seconds. If you're in a fight longer than 5 seconds, you're doing some long range bullshit that you shouldn't even be doing in the first place. You're not doing it right, okay? I am running the Fateful Strike Violent with crit damage, weapon damage, magazine capacity, and health. This is quite a god roll of a Fateful Strike. I ain't gonna lie, I've grinded a fuck ton. I've used probably 150 controllers so far, but with the new changes where you can use multiple violent mods, smash them together, and get a roll for violent with other attributes, makes it a lot easier. I did this before, but so far I'm in love with this. You cannot do weak spot damage. The likability of you hitting a headshot on someone consistently in a gunfight is not very high percentage. So yeah, weak spot damage is gone. More crit damage is all you need. For my mask, I am running the explosive shrapnel, violent of course, with crit damage, weapon damage reduction, and damage against grade 1s. Of course, damage against grade 1s is not something you want, but weapon damage reduction, weapon damage, and crit damage is quite important. I'm kind of stacking weapon damage on some of my things, and you're gonna see that later in my build. It's pretty good. I love it. If you get something similar like this, keep it, don't throw it away. Next we go to my gloves. For my gloves, I have crit boost violent, crit rate plus 15%, crit damage, weapon reduction, and magazine capacity. Again, if you have more bullets in your mag, you do more damage overall, which you don't really give a fuck about, but if you're struggling and you're spewing out a bunch of bullets, a couple of bullets, like 5 or maybe even 10 bullets, fine. Again, weapon damage reduction max, so we're at 12% now on the mods. We go to my boots. We got the Bastille boots. I've got Secluded Strike, and that's on violent. I've changed this from this one, and the only reason I did is because having no enemies within 7 meters around you grants you 15% weapon and status damage. I'm gonna show you in a minute how far 7 meters actually away from this is and why this is broken as fuck. I got crit damage and then a bunch of useless shit on it. Listen, I would try to grind, okay? I could not get anything. I did this yesterday, could not get shit, but I've decided to use this one. If you, for example, get the life force boost and you get violent on it, I would maybe run this, but the extra 50% weapon damage, oh my god, I love this. And then for the top, resist advantage, 1 stack of 10% damage reduction every 5 seconds. So after 5 times, so after 25 seconds, you have 50% damage reduction that does not go away until you get hit. Boost that on with the weapon reduction and the other weapon reduction. So we got a 12 right now, so we're at 62 weapon reduction right now. When you go into a gunfight and you don't get one tap immediately because you got resist advantages, brother or sister or any others, you want that shit. I've got crit damage at max, reload speed, damage against grade ones, and max HP. Again, if there was weapon damage on this, you want that over everything, even if your crit damage is at purple. Weapon damage is one of the most important things when it comes down to shrapnel. So always look for weapon damage mods with crit damage. And then we got my pants, which is that shot violent. Each crit hit by non-melee attacks grants plus 5% crit damage up to 45%. This effect is removed upon the next reload. Again, crit damage, weapon damage, and weapon reduction plus 4.8%. So what? We're at 16.8, so 17%. Put 50% on that, so you had 67%. Huge. I am running Bastille, 4-piece Lone Wolf, and the gas-tight helmet. Alright? Without any buff or anything. This is not right. This is with my weapon holstered, so you got 30% crit rate and 108% crit damage. If I get my gun out and we look at this again, we got 50% crit rate, 150% crit damage. And if we look down, we obviously have our shrapnel bonus and our crit damage bonus. And as you can see down here, I'm at 12.5k health. And I'm at a 50% reduction, which is the reduction that gives from my top. That is the one that gives on my top. And my weapon damage reduction is at 16.8. These combined together, mwah, perfect. Let's get to the damage per second, and let's get to the overall damage, and let me explain to you why the gas-tight helmet is good. Alright. Also, 7 meters. When we look at the distance from you and 7 meters, it is basically 2 blocks away. That is nothing. The most fights you do, for example, you're all the way back here. So, something like this is a normal gunfight. Back here, and the target is over there. But let's get to the damage, shall we? And after unloading a clip, I want to show you guys something. I just want you to perhaps slow down the video, and I want you to see at the shrapnel procs that I did. No buffs, no food, no nothing. Do you see those 3800 procs? Do you see the DPS? And do you see the total of my DPS? I'm gonna count down from 3 to 1, and I want to show you how much damage I'm doing. 1, 2, 3. In 3 seconds, we did 84,000 damage. Imagine that's a player. You know what? Let's change it. Let's just do 2 seconds. me reload real quick. 1. Oh. I don't know what the fuck that was, but let's go again. 1, 2. 51,000 damage, and my DPS was at 20k in 2 seconds. A player has either 13k or 15k HP. People will get blasted, and that is only at 7 meters. You know what? Let's go a little bit further, shall we? How far is this? 15 meters, so double the range that we did. Tell me. Tell me this ain't OP. Tell me this build is being slept on. Because it is being slept on. And it's crazy. I love Shrapnel build because 1, you don't have to be close range like an MP7, which got nerfed to fucking ground. You don't have to be long range to do the bingo weak spot build that everybody's abusing. I can be in middle range or at high range with this. And again, my Shrapnel procs are insane. I just did in 2 seconds. I just saw 39k. I think. I don't even know. Don't quote me on that, okay? And this is without food buffs. This shit is broken. I'm telling you. But the reason why it's broken is because you need to invest so much into this build. This is not done in 1 day. This is not done in 1 week. I had to grind for at least 2 to 3 weeks to get the best things that I wanted on my gun and my armor, which is a 4-piece lone wolf set, and then Bastille boots and a gas-tight helmet, and then add the fucking soccer on top of that. That's like what, 30k Starcrum away? God damn. Also, for my Cradle Perks, let me show you those. I am running the automatic weapon enhancement. You get the plus 20%. I have the roll, mainly just for PvP. You roll, you get weapon reduction and status reduction for rolling. You have rapid aid, minus 30% increase time from stimming yourself and healing up. And then there's a nerve on brawl boost. It's still good to use because it's the only reduction that you get other than the roll. Again, look at all these things that reduce damage on top of you. You got the roll and you got the flat out one. I'm possibly at like 100% already from this. 100%. I'm running tactical combo, weapon damage plus 25%, after 4 seconds of reloading. Really good. Sprint, this is just a personal favorite of mine. I like to move around, I like to roll around, so this is always good. And then I use the deadly combo, which is the only shrapnel perk that you want to use as your 4th row. And then for the 5th row, it is after defeating a target with weapon, shrapnel damage plus 25% and shrapnel crit damage plus 35% for 50 seconds. So if you're in war and you proc this, you have a fuck ton of damage. There you go. If there's anything that I've missed, if there's anything that you're unclear of, ask me. Also, last thing, yes, use the mini wonder. It soaks up bullets. Everybody should be using this. If you are in a gunfight or someone's fucking tapping you across the map and you need to get to a specific location, you drop this motherfucker to the next of your side, you are not dying for a long time. So, without further ado, check these clips, some PvP clips, some war clips. I do also stream twitch.tv/shinitono. If you want to come check out, I do a variety of streams. I'm also a VTuber, so perhaps I see you there, perhaps I don't. But other than that, enjoy the rest of the video. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Yeah, I see.
It's gotta be up top.
The guy going? Being dead. Oh my god. There's another one. Talk to him. He's on the hill. Yeah, I'm getting shot on the yeah, I got 3 people attacking. I got like
wolf, show my teeth, can we keep this discreet? Fuck I love when you scream. Anxious, dangerous, still her favorite. Came to break shit, feels amazing. Stay insane, unmedicated. Baby, come fuck with the mental patient. If you want cash, then you better go get it. If you wanna move, then you better not be tripping. If you always tripping, then you better get out. It's T-Raw, so keep raw, you know what we about. Breaking the booth, I'm back with a pity. I pull out the stick, with the balls, I'm feeding my plate. It's stuck in my plate, it's free. This ends, the beat, this ends, we play. I got too many hearts, I'm on the stick. Like climb, we roll it, I'm back. I'm at your bitch, and it's sucker. You can dance in my club, great talk.
Well, ain't no games of seats. This got everybody got their own.
There are 41 different organizations, and each one has a sort of different structure, but basically they're all together. You're never supposed to just be the boss. Authority is absolute.
Look at me having to rely on my unstable bumper proc.